What is going on, guys? And whoa, what is this? Where am I? What am I doing? Is this an alternate dimension? An alternate universe? Are we in the infinite Tsukiyomi? Are you dreaming? No, you're not dreaming. The first anime video, anime related, anime discussion video on this channel. I don't know if it's gonna be the first of many. I don't plan to like do this a lot. Really just whenever I feel like it. And just to sort of expand my horizons a little bit, but again, it's not going to be as a thing that I'm going to try to keep up with as much as my other stuff. Just something that I wanted to do on a whim while playing Storm 4 today, the new Naruto game. Today I want to talk about a certain character that a lot of people dislike or are underwhelmed by consistently, and that is Sakura Haruno. And I know I probably butchered that pronunciation. And I specifically want to talk about the moment of Sakura's downfall in the long run. And I actually don't know if I'm going to actually show my screen or if I'm going to show Storm 4 gameplay in the background. But either way, you're going to be seeing Sasori. And this is considered, because it's funny, because this is considered a high point in Sakura's character development. But for me, this is really where this is the beginning of the end for Sakura. In part 1, I think despite being a main character and still not really keeping up with the development of Sasuke and Naruto, she plays her role in the series. And she does have some development during the Chunin exam arc. But then in the beginning of Shippuden, our expectations were even higher because she just comes out fucking blazing from the start. Starting with this arc, which I guess I call the Gaara arc, or the Akatsuki arc with Sasori and Deidara, and Sakura's fight with Sasori, her and Chiyo. And now that I think back on this, like, people really praise this arc. Or praise Sakura's performance in this arc, and this sort of led up to all the other disappointments that Kishi threw at us regarding Sakura's development. And I'm going to be taking a few pages from King of Lightning here, because really his video is sort of what motivated me to do this video. His Sakura Sucks video, I'll put that link in the description, because he talks about Sakura being underwhelming in general throughout the entire series, and I just want to talk about this one point, and I want to talk about why this point in the series is where Sakura failed in Shippuden for the long haul. And that's basically is going to be what this video is about. First and foremost, the biggest thing that this fight, Chiyo and Sakura versus Sasori, the major thing that this fight does wrong, that just dominoes into everything else involving Sakura for the rest of Shippuden, is the fact that Kishimoto gave Chiyo the kill instead of Sakura. Pulled a fucking Toriyama didn't technically write like Resurrection F in its entirety. He only wrote the manuscripts, but he pulled some Resurrection F shit right here with us and gave Chiyo the kill. And it's not just that he didn't give Sakura the kill, the main character the kill. It's not just that, it's that he gave the kill to a character who's been around. I think back to this point in Shippuden, Chiyo's been around for like what, 10 chapters tops? More or less, leaning towards less, and then she dies a couple chapters later after this moment. Bruh. Like in the context of the world building that Kishimoto's doing at this point in the manga involving Tsunagakure, Kankuro, Chiyo, and Sasori, maybe it makes a little bit of sense in the short term, in that context, for Chiyo to get the kill because of her relation to Sasori. But in the long run, this is what hurts. This is like the one turning point that sets up Sakura for failure. From this point forward, it sets a precedent that despite all of her efforts, Sakura is still catching L's. She didn't win the fight. And she also never really went 1v1 versus Sasori. This is something that I wanted to see from this fight. The whole time, pretty much Chiyo was holding her hand through the entire fight. And you know what? I don't care if she does that for the first part or even the majority, but there had to be a point. The way I would have done this fight at the end is I would have had a point where Chiyo is out of commission and Sakura has to fight Sasori by herself. And now you're probably gonna react at this point like, what? No way! There's no way Sakura can handle Sasori by herself. But you see, that's the perception of Sakura that you're using to get at that conclusion. It's based on your perception of Sakura now, once the series has ended, and you know Sakura's a little bitch, and you know that she doesn't meet the expectations that were set before her, and that's why you come to that conclusion. But think back to when this was the latest manga chapter. We don't know the extent of Sakura's abilities post time skip at this point. For all we know, hell yeah, she can take on Sasori. For all we know. You know, I wouldn't have even been mad if she had pulled off like a mature, incomplete version of the 100 healing jutsu right here. I wouldn't have even been mad. That would have been believable. We would have given her the benefit of the doubt at this point in time. Like, I actually went back and reread the manga just to make sure I wasn't really missing anything, because up until now I'd only watched the anime version of this fight, and typically the manga tends to be simpler, or the anime adds stuff in, but no, I mean, it follows it. In this instance, the two weren't really very far apart at all. When Sasori stabs her, when he like transfers his little chakra core there to another puppet and stabs Sakura, the way I would have done that is just had Sakura pull out some, again, an immature, like imperfect form of the 100 healing jutsu, kind of like how Jiraiya has the imperfect form of Sage mode. That's how I would have done it. We would have given her the benefit of the doubt, and it would have set a precedent for Sakura being a winner rather than a loser, somebody who gets punked right at the beginning of Shippuden. And really, if you think about it, Sakura's actually had a substantial amount of hype associated with her. And then we get this. Like, it's one thing if she gets hype for just being able to handle herself at this point in time. But no, they're talking about like how she's gonna be the greatest kunoichi ever, how she's gonna surpass Tsunade, and like really throughout Shippuden, by the end, she's like caught up with Tsunade. Yes, but she doesn't surpass her. I don't see any indication that Sakura is any stronger than Tsunade by the end, because like once we get to the fourth, this is why I would give Sakura the 100 healing jutsu or some incarnation of it right here, and that's how he beats Sasori. Maybe not necessarily in his like ultimate 100 puppet form. Maybe just have him limited to one puppet and just a 1v1 there, and Sakura beats him. Tell him, I got 99 healings and one of them is taking care of your poison, bitch. That's what she'd say to this Chucky ass looking motherfucker. See, because from there it gives her room to surpass Tsunade by the end, rather than just catch up to her by the end. Like the other two protagonists, Naruto and Sasuke go above and beyond the people who trained them, Orochimaru and Jiraiya respectively, at different points in Shippuden. We don't really see Sakura ever do that, even though that's the type of hype that she gets. And alright, I'm not going to keep you guys here for too long and make this video super long, so I'll leave you with this. I want you to think about the effects of this fight, what it could have been moving forward, specifically the influence on Sakura's miserable performance in the 5 Kage Summit arc. If Sakura could beat Sasori, how would that influence her behavior in that arc? Well, I mean, knowing Kishimoto, even if he did give Sakura the kill here, he probably still would have fucked that up. But, oh man, that made me so mad when Sakura's approach to trying to either capture or kill Sasuke, like, see, at first I actually didn't even know that the kunai she was holding was poison, but Sakura, you have superhuman strength. What the fuck are you doing using kunai knives, poisoned or not? Like, I mean, you know what? I'm not even gonna try to apply logic to her decision, whether she even hits Sasuke with the kunai or not. I can't imagine any scenario where the kunai, even if it's poisoned, is superior to her super brute strength passed on by Tsunade. I just mind blown. But I guess the point is, if Sakura could beat Sasori, there's no reason there's no reason not to believe that Sakura couldn't hold her own, at least. Not beat, not by a long shot, but hold her own versus at least normal Mangekyo Sasuke. Like, didn't that fight actually happen in Storm 3? What the fuck was that? Like, yes, I played Storm 3, that happened. That should have been something that was canon, an actual legit scuffle between the two. And then, of course, you know, Kakashi and Naruto save the day. And if Sakura, and the point is, if Sakura had gotten the W here, that would have been more believable. But instead, we got the miserable fucking pussy shit that we got. And from there, it would have been more believable by the time we get to the fourth Great World War arc, and she joins in, and Team 7 reunites, and we wouldn't have just been saying, oh, how cute, Sakura's trying to join in with the big boys. No, we would have taken her a little bit more seriously. Maybe not a whole lot, but a little bit. It wouldn't have been a joke that they had fought together against Kaguya. And the source of all that is this fight, and how she basically gets punked in the end, gets sucker punched out of her W she should have gotten. Yeah, rant-ish over. Whew. Yeah, that felt good. Just the vent. Go ahead and like, subscribe. If you comment if you want more of this, less of this, or I mean, less is what I was planning on anyway. This isn't going to become Lord Wallace, the anime and manga discussion channel. No, nothing like that. But I'll do it once in a while. I want to do it also for Dragon Ball Super specifically. Those are the two. Like out of the big four shonen, really Naruto and Dragon Ball are the ones that I'm really invested into. Bleach sort of. I haven't kept up with it in a while. I really just sort of jumped into the latest arc, and now I'm just sort of following it from there. But Naruto and Dragon Ball, yeah, that's my shit. I'll see you guys next time.